Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make this pendant here. The materials I got to make this pendant are all from beadingschool.com by Erica Sandor. The pearls are from her Romeo and Juliet pearl boxes, which I recently did a video opening those two boxes. In case you didn't see it, I will put a picture up now of what I'm talking about. And the bicones that I'm using in this pendant are from her Sun and Moon bicone boxes. I also did a video opening those two boxes, and I will put a picture up now to show you how many beads I got in those two boxes, because they were some epic boxes. And everything else I got in this pendant is from beadingschool.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the Romeo and Juliet pearl boxes down there below in the description bar, and the bicone boxes down there below in the description bar. For the rest of the materials, the seed beads that I'm using and the Chaton and stuff in the middle, I think I will link those separately down there below in the description bar. And I'm going to try and find all the colors that I used and post down below so you can make the same color combination. Now last night I was finishing up this pendant. I had this part here made and I loved it. It was perfect, but I wanted to make a fancy bail connection, so I probably could have done just one connection like this for my bail or jump ring to go through it there, right? But whenever we have a one connection point like this on the pendant, it flips over, and plus doing double right here makes this look even fancier, so I added a second one. So when you wear this pendant, it will be connected here to this little hole with a jump ring, and this will stay in place on your neck. It's not going to flip over like most pendants do. So anyways, I finished tying knots, and I was just passing the rest of my tail through my work, and I got about, I think it's right in here, one of these two, and all of a sudden one of my bugle beads broke and it cut my thread. And it takes about 8 feet of thread to make this, and it does take, you know, a couple hours to weave this up, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. And so what I did is I just had my tail in the right place. I picked up some new beads, I went back through here, and I just band-aided this together just so I can have this to film to show you guys what this looks like here at the beginning. And so in this tutorial, I'm not going to be using the bugle beads here. I'm probably going to have to use the delicas in place of it. How this is made is actually really fun. There's a lot of different stitches in this. There's peyote in it, there's right angle weave, and some other like freeform bead weaving that I do. Here's the list of materials you will need to make this gorgeous pendant. You will need to cut 7.5 feet of 8-pound fireline. You're also going to need a size 10 beading needle. You will need an 8mm Preciosa Chaton, and in case you don't know what that is, it's this stone right here. It's shaped like a brilliance cut diamond, basically. Okay. You're also going to need 10 by 6mm Preciosa pear pearls. So basically this is a teardrop with a center hole, okay, and again it's 10 by 6mm. You're also going to need 10 6mm Preciosa round pearls. It's really gorgeous. And you will also need 10 4mm Preciosa bicones, 14 3mm Preciosa bicones, 11/0 Miyuki Delica seed beads, and 11/0 Miyuki seed beads, and then 15/0 Miyuki seed beads. Also, I want to point out this ring I'm wearing here, I did a tutorial on this. I'll put a picture up now of the other color combinations I did. I did that tutorial using the Preciosa bicones from the Sun and Moon bicone box. So if you buy those two boxes, you can make several of these rings. You can make a lot of them, okay? And you can also make this project here. Alright, so I'm going to link, like I said, the pearl boxes, it's called Romeo and Juliet pearl boxes down below in the description bar, so you can go and get them. And I'm also going to link the sun and moon bicone boxes down below in the description bar, and I'll also link the seed beads that I'm using and the Chaton down below. Alright, so this is it. Let's get started. We're going to start by picking up a pear bead, and you want to pass through the wide part of the bead first, so it's wide here, not the point. So just like that, slide the bead down, pick up an 11/0 seed bead, and then another pear bead, but this time you're going to pick it up from the pointed end, so it looks like this, and then pick up an 11/0 seed bead, a round pearl, and another 11/0. Slide all of this down. Okay, we're going to leave a 6-inch tail, and I got a lot of thread here. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to measure my tail like this so that this falls in the right spot. So right there, 6 inches. I'm going to hold right here at the 6-inch mark. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass back through all these beads. Did I drop my seed bead? No, it's down here. It just didn't make it all the way down my thread. Alright, so there it is. I'm going to take the needle, pass through all of these beads. Again, just like that. Okay, and I think my finger moved, so I just want to make sure right here it is. So pull this tail up to right here. Okay, and then pull all of this through. Just like that. Alright, now that I have my 6-inch tail, I'm going to tie a surgeon's knot here. And I said this before, that there's some places where you want to tie a knot, like right now we're tying a knot at the beginning of this, but sometimes it's best not to tie a knot. It just all depends on the piece, really. What I find is, if I have to go back through these beads a lot here, okay, and if I tie a knot here, it might be too hard for me to get back through here. But right now, where I'm going through these pear beads and the rounds, I only go through these a few times. I'm mainly going to be going through the seed beads, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so now I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass through this pearl. And this stitch right here, I feel like is a classic stitch for me. I love this stitch. I never get tired of it. And there's so many things you can make with this. Those colors are so pretty together. I'm going to pick up an 11/0, okay? And I'm going to pick up another pearl because I have to stitch in this direction. So it only makes sense to pick up the pearl going in this way. Alright, and then I'm going to pick up a round pearl. Oops, I forgot. I'm supposed to pick up a seed bead. Pick up a seed bead, 11/0 again. My round pearl ends in 11/0. Like that. Slide my beads down. So I have this. I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to pass back up through this pearl. Like that. And just hold these right here. Pull that up. So we have this. Now I'm going to pass back down through this 11/0 and through this pearl. And make sure there's a cat hair in my stitches. This always happens. Back through here. Okay, pull that tight. You don't want to see any loose thread. You need this to be tight. Now I'm coming out down here, so that means I have to pick up a seed bead and a round pearl this time. And then a seed bead. Okay, I'm here. I have to go back up, so that means I have to go through the larger part of the pearl like that. And then I have to pick up another seed bead. And I'm going to stitch through the next pearl, like this. The pearl I'm coming out of, but in the opposite direction. Go through there. Now if you find that your previous work is getting loose, all you have to do is pull this tail right here, okay, to tighten this up. If you pull this tail, you're just going to make your loop bigger, so you'll see what I'm talking about if you have that problem. So I'm just going to go like that, and there you go. It's working up. Now I'm going to stitch through these beads here. And by the way, this, like I said, this pattern we're making, it's been around forever. You can do it with all round beads, you could do it with bicones. It's kind of what this is made out of. Yeah, it's exactly what this is made out of, the top here. Except this I have seed beads, this I have 3mm bicones, and then I have pear pearls there, and these are 4mm bicones, and then my last row was 6. So I just graduated the sizes, smallest to biggest. So I'm coming out of this seed bead now, and I'm going to go up to the pear pearl, and I'm going to be repeating this pattern all the way around. And I just have to check back what I already have to see what I have to do next. So I'm going to pick up a seed bead, another pear pearl, but I have to go through the pointed side this time because it's going to be like this, okay? And then I'm going to pick up a seed bead, a round pearl, and a seed bead, like that. And I'm going to go up through this bead, pull this through, make sure that's tight, and then I have to sew back down through my seed bead and my pear pearl. Just remember that every time when you go to add new beads that you need to be Xing out of this pear pearl right here, either at this end or that end. Every time, that's the rule. You have to exit out of that bead in order to add more. You could just be Xing out of different directions though, okay? And then a seed bead, my round bead, a seed bead. I'm at the bottom again, so I have to go up through a bottom, the wide part there of the pear pearl, and I have to have a seed bead on top, and then I'm going to go through this pear pearl here. Now I will be fast forwarding sections of this. It's just that sometimes when I'm filming, I don't know when is a good time to fast forward until I go to edit. So I might not say I'm going to fast forward, and I end up just fast forwarding. Stitching through these beads here. Basically, we are just making a circle or flower. Kind of looks like a flower, or mandala. Mandala or mandala or mandala. Is there like different ways to say that word? We're halfway. Okay, and if you do have any loosening up, because it does happen, all you have to do is just pull those away there and pull this tight as you go around. Okay, now we're going to be closing this pattern up. Go up through the pear. Pick up one seed bead. We're not adding any pear beads because we're closing this. Go through this existing pear right here at the very beginning. Okay, that's going to close this center up there. And then on the side, I'm going to pick up a seed bead, my last round, and a seed bead like this. I'm going to go up to the pear, and by the way, I have a confession to make. Whenever I make stuff like this, I usually put all the colors together, and then I decide after I make it if I like the colors or if I'll change something, and I did not do that with this. And I usually always do that, so I don't know if this is going to look great at the end. Like, I've seen a lot of people say, you know, if you mix the colors together in a pile, it's all going to work together, and I've done that, but when I go to put it together, the colors sometimes don't sit right together. Like, where they're sitting next to each other, I could change something. But that's just me. I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I'm coming out of this pearl here. I'm going to go through this 11-0. Okay, pull it tight. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up an 11-0 seed bead and put one seed bead in between each seed bead already here. So pick up one, pick up one 11-0, Coming out this 11, I'm going to go through the next. And if you want, because this does take a while, you could pick up one at a time. Go like this. Okay, and then pull it through. Okay, so I just did 2 there and I only had to pull all my thread through. So I'll do it again. Pick up 1 through the next seed bead, pull it through a few inches, pick up another seed bead, and go through the next. Okay, and then pull all my tail through at once. This is just to save time. So you can see this side here is filled in, and I just do this all the way around, 1 seed bead at a time, go through, pick up 1 at a time, go through 1 at a time, pick up another, go through this here, pick up a seed bead, go through this one, pick up another, and go through the next. And I'm just going to do this all the way around. Okay, I'm at my last seed bead right now. Okay, I'm going to go through this 1 seed bead right here to complete my circle. Right there it is. Filling in that hole. Pull it tight, and there we go. Full circle. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to drop into this row that we just added. So it's actually going to be in the bottom. Right here. So this is the row we just added is protruding. It's actually in front of the pearls. See, it's sticking out right there. The seed bead that's in between the pearls, that's the one that was there as we were stitching the pearls together. So I'm going to go through this seed bead, which is what we added, and I'm going to, if I can, go through the next one right there. And what I'm going to do is basically just pull the center of this tighter together so my chaton can sit here. And I tried putting 15 O's on these thread gaps, which you don't see it right now, so I'll probably have to put it out again later. But it did not work. It was warping really bad. So you have to have it like this, and you will see this thread exposed, but it's on the back side. And it has to be like this. Okay, so I'm only going through the seed beads that I just added, the ones that are sticking out in front. See, in front of a pearl, in front of a pearl, in front of the pearl. So you could see this tiny little web of threads right there. I'll show you in this one. See the back of this? See the threads? Just that little thread right there? That's what I'm talking about. I tried putting a 15-0 on this little thread and it did not work. It was warping on me, and it did not want to hold my chaton. So I'm going to go all the way around. Again, skipping this, I want to go through the seed bead that's directly in front of the pearl. And then the next one, I could do 2 at a time. Okay, like this. And we're just going to do this all the way around. Sometimes I find that I have to go down so I could go up. Okay, just go in front of the seed bead that's in the seed bead that's in front of the pearl. If you don't do this, your chaton can fall through this hole. This little step right here is what holds this chaton in, believe it or not. I tried doing this without it and it didn't work. Okay, so I'm almost full circle. Let's see, I think this is full circle. I'm only going to do this one time, by the way. I'm not going to go through again. Okay, so let's see. I think I made it all the way around. Yeah, I did. So now I'm back at the beginning, and I have to go through this seed bead right here. Okay, so I just went through a seed bead that is in between the pearls, so it looks like this. Okay, now this is very important. You're going to want to pick up a seed bead that's going to stack on top of this seed bead in front of your pearl. So this is where the peyote come in, okay? So I'm picking up a seed bead, and you'll see if you study this that there are seed beads that are in between the pearls. Those are the seed beads we started with in the very beginning when we stitched the pearls together. But we just added this one here in that's in front of the pearls, okay? And then I close that up so it's tighter there. And now I'm adding a seed bead on top of that seed bead that's directly in front of this pearl hole. Now these are going to stick up, okay? This row right here is going to make this cup, because right now this is completely flat, and we want it to puff a little bit, puff up. So I have my seed bead there. I'm going to go through this one. This part here, by the way, is very easy. It's not tight. Your needle passes right through. There's no struggle. Okay? You just got to make sure that you could see what you're doing. So I have two here that are stacked on top. See? Look, two seed beads stacked on top of this pearl, two on this pearl. There's going to be, I'm coming out this seed bead. There's going to be one stacked here. And every time you put that bead on, make sure you pull it tight. I'm going to go through here now. Okay, and I'm going to do this all the way around. And I think it's 10 times because we have 10 pearls. Through here. Next seed bead. So do you see that it's already cupping? I guess you can't tell from there, but it is. It's already puffing up on this side because of that row we're adding. Alright, I'm right here. See my little seed beads that are all sticking out on the edge? I'm adding in my last one, so I have to go through this seed bead, and because of the angle I can't step up, so I'm just going to go through here. Pulling that tight. See, this is not one to lay flat anymore. It wants to flex on us. So now, where am I? I'm coming out of this seed bead right here, in between the pearls. Now I'm going to step up to that seed bead that I just added. So now we're going from peyote to right angle weave to add our Chaton stone in. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to pick up a Delica, an 11-0 seed bead, and a Delica, like this. I'm coming out this seed bead right here. I'm going to pass through this seed bead. Okay, pull this through like that, and then I'm going to sew down through this Delica that I just added. Like that. Coming out the top, I have to pick up an 11-0 and a Delica, and I have to go through this seed bead here. Okay, just that one. Pull this through, and then I'm going to turn and go up through this Delica. Pull it snug and go through this 11 and through this Delica, and I think we also go through that seed bead there. Let me see. Yep. So this is going to start standing up now on the third row. So it looks like that. See? Make sure you do not have a thread path going straight through here, because what that, like from this bead to that bead, because what that's going to do is it's going to make it tight and our Chaton will not fit in and you'll have to undo this part. So I'm coming out of the seed bead on the bottom. That means I need a Delica and an 11-0. I'm going to go down through this Delica here. Then I'm turning, going through this 11. See right here, this is a chance where you could accidentally go through that next seed bead. You don't want to. You want to go through just the one. Okay, and then stitch up through the next Delica. And then pick up an 11 and a Delica. I'm going to go through this seed bead here. And then I go up through this Delica and through the 11 there on the top. Stop, pull this tight, and I'm going to sew down through this Delica that we just added. So we are just doing the right angle weave stitch on top of the sticky outy seed beads that we added. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I hope you understand. And then I'm going to go through the next seed bead there, coming out of the Delica. So I'm going through 2 right now. I'm going to pick up a Delica and an 11-0. Go through this Delica and through that seed bead. Pull this through and pull this tight. Looks weird right there. I have a weird gap. This is twisting on me. I want to make sure I didn't. Okay, that's actually alright. I thought it was connected to the wrong bead. Alright, I'm exiting out of that 11. I'm going to go up through the Delica. Pick up an 11 through a Delica, like that. That's what's going on. My thread's stuck right there. I'm going to go through this 11. And then up through this Delica. And then through this 11 here. And down through this Delica. And I think I'm going to stop right here and put my Chaton in just to see if this is alright, because I have a weird spot right there. Okay, I just want to check. And it looks good. It's just that that bead was sitting funny. Okay. So I'm coming out the bottom of the Delica, and I need to take my needle and go through this seed bead. And then pick up a Delica and another 11 and go down through this Delica. And then through this 11, just the one, up through the next Delica. So once I get this whole row down here, we're going to pop in the Chaton, and then we stitch the top together. Okay, so then another 11, and a Delica, that 11, can you see it right there? Up through this Delica and through the seed bead on the top that we just added. Go down through this Delica and then through this one. We're almost at the close. Okay, I'm gonna pick up another Delica and a 11-0. Let me see. I'm gonna go through this Delica. Okay, and then through this 11-0. Oops, I apologize. My tripod's broken, so when I bump into it, it really jumps around. I'm gonna go up this Delica now, and this time we only have to pick up one bead to fill in this hole, because we're at the close. Okay, so I just went through there. So see, we have 1, 2, 3 beads here. We just need an 11-0, and I'm gonna stitch down through this Delica, and then through this seed bead, and then up through this Delica. You can see we have to close in that gap right there. Pull that tight and open this up. Right now it's just folded in because of how that stitches. Okay, so open that up, grab your stone, and pop it in. Okay, just like that. The stone is what makes the beads sit right, because right now they look kind of screwy. Okay, I'm gonna go in this direction. Straighten up my tail here. I'm gonna go through the next, see my thread right here? I'm gonna go through that 11. Right there. Put your finger on this so the Chaton doesn't pop out, because that likes to happen. Okay, we're going to close this up with 15 O's. So pick up a 15 and go through the 11. And I like to go like this, like I did earlier, to make this quicker. Pick up a bead, pull out a few inches, and go through the next. Like that. I'm adding another bead in between these two 11s here. Pick up another, and through the next 11. Put your finger over this as you pull your tail through so the Chaton doesn't pop out and break. I've tiled my house, so if it falls in the tile, it's gonna break. Next one. Okay, that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to go all the way around, 1 15-0 between each 11. Okay, I have 1 11 right there that I have to go through. So this is what I have. Now what I'm going to do is just reinforce this. So I'm going to go around a second time, but I want to show you what my delicas look like. See my delicas there on the sides, right? And then the bronze 11-0 is on the top and bottom. Right angle weave. All the way around. Now if you put your Chaton on and you find that it can't fit, it could be because you have a thread path going like this in between the 11 seed beads. If you spin this around and you see a thread going through those, you're going to want to undo your work. Okay? Because that means the stone is not going to fit in there right, and you're going to have warping. So this looks good. What I'm going to do is reinforce the top. So I'm going to go through like this. Okay? And I'm going to leave a loop here because I want to know where I started. I'm just going to go like this, through as many beads as I can at one time. Through here. Through these. And I want to come out bronze. So just like that. I'm going to go through here. Now before I pull that tail through, I'm going to go back to this tail. Okay. And I'm going to pull this tail tight. And then I pull my tail through. Pull that tail tight. Okay, and now we have to weave back out, and I love this part. When we decorate the top here, it's really fun. I also liked doing that there. It might be a little hard to see though on camera. So I'm going to go down through the next bead coming out here. It's going to have to be this Delica. And I do find that a bent needle works with this project. See how bent my needle is? Sometimes straight needles don't work all that well. It has to be bent in order to complete it. So I'm just following a thread path. I have to go this way. Okay, stepping down. And I need to come out through a seed bead that is in between my pearls. So that's going to be this seed bead right there. So you have to bend this, and you can bend your purse on like this to see that bead get in there. Okay. So pull that through just like that. Now you're ready to decorate the top. Now remember, I did bugles in this one and that broke my thread, so this time I'm going to do delicas, and I already tried doing 5 delicas and then my pattern that goes down here, and that didn't work out. So I'm going to try doing 4 bronze seed bead, 3 delicas. For some reason it seems like I have to have 3 in this one area. And then a bronze, just like that. 4 delicas, a bronze, 3 delicas, a bronze. Now, I'm exiting out of this seed bead in between the 2 pearls. That's where I have to be in order to do this. Straight across, I have this pearl. To the left of my pearl, I'm going to go through this seed bead. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up a bronze seed bead, 3 delicas, a bronze, and 3 delicas, and a bronze. Just like this, I'm going to go into this seed bead. Pull that tight. Now I'm going to pick up a seed bead and 3 bronze like this, and I'm gonna go into this bronze seed bead here. Boy, I hope this works. I've tried this a few different ways already. That that bugle bead breaking has really screwed my design up. It was so beautiful, and then I had that problem. Okay, I think this might work. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, coming out of these beads here, I have to go back into this same seed bead, but in the opposite direction, so I have a thread coming out of each side, and I have to turn my piece this way so I can pull my thread through. And then I'm going to step up by passing through this seed bead here, the one that's sticking out that we did the right angle weave on. And then I'm going to go through this seed bead that's in between my pearls. And I will be fast forwarding through this. This here is going to use up most of our thread, this area here. But it's also going to be very time consuming, this part. Again, I'm going to pick up 4 delicas, a bronze, and 2 delicas. And a bronze, like that. Not 2, it's supposed to be 3. That's what I tried last time and it failed. So it has to be 3. Okay, I'm going to go through the seed bead that's to the left of my pearl. Pick up a bronze and 3 delicas. Bronze, 3 delicas. Ugh, I had a second one hop on. Okay. Bronze, 3 delicas. Bronze, 3 delicas. Like that. Go through this one here. Like that. And then pick up a bronze and 3 delicas. Sew down through this bronze. Make sure you don't skip it over any beads. Like that. I'm going to go through this bronze seed bead. Okay. Pull this through. It's going to tighten up my work there. I'm then going to step up through this seed bead. And I have to exit out of a seed bead that is between my pearls. So it has to be this one. Okay, and I'm going to stop and pull that there. Okay. Just making sure that looks right. 4 delicas. And then a bronze. 3 delicas. A bronze. Okay, this is my pattern. Go through the seed bead that's on the left of the pearl. Of your next pearl, which is this way. We're actually working left. Okay, and now we're going right. I'm going to pick up a bronze seed bead. 3 delicas. Bronze, 3 delicas again. Bronze, like that. Go through this one. Pick up a bronze, 3 delicas. Go down through this bronze and these 4 delicas. And then sew back through the seed bead where we started. Okay, pull it tight through the seed bead that's sticking out here. So after you go through that seed bead by the delicas, you have to go through 2 seed beads. The one that's sticking out and then the one that's in between the next row of pearls there, so you can add your beads again. So I think I'll do this 2 more times. I have 3, I guess I'll call these spokes, like on a bicycle. Coming out here, again, pick up 4 delicas, a bronze seed bead, 3 delicas, bronze seed bead, go into the seed bead that is to the left of your next pearl, pick up bronze seed bead and 3 delicas. Bronze seed bead, 3 delicas. Bronze seed bead, and go in to this seed bead here. Okay, and then a bronze and 3 delicas through this bronze, those 4 delicas through this bead, through the sticky outy seed bead right here, through this next bead in between my pearls, and repeat. Okay, I might actually stop there. That was probably good enough. Did it 4 times. And I'm just going to keep going all the way around. Okay, I'm on my last one here. So I'm just picking up my bead pattern. Like that, through here. And then bronze and 3 delicas through this bronze and 4 delicas like we have been all this time. And then I stitched back through this. Okay, my needle's trying to go into that Delica and I don't need that too. Okay, let's see. There goes my beads. Pull it tight, stitch up through these 4 delicas in the bronze seed bead. There it goes. Okay, pull that tight again. I'm going to go through these 3 pink, through this bronze, and there we go. Alright, we're now going to be using our bicones. So right now, It just looks like a whole bunch of seed beads with some pearls. Now we're going to make it sparkle. So I'm going to pick up a 3mm bicone, and I'm going to go through at an angle through this 11 and the Delica there. Okay, and then pick up a 4mm bicone and go through this Delica. Right here. Into the seed bead, and then through this bicone, through this seed bead, and the 2 delicas, like this. Pull that tight, looks just like that. It's so pretty. Make sure that's straight. Usually always is straight, but there we go. Okay, I'm going to pick up 1/15 silver seed bead. Because we have silver here, I feel like I need to put it in other places. So I'm going to go through these here. I'll pull this back out. Coming out of these 2 delicas, I'm skipping over this one. I picked up a 15. I'm going to go through these 2 delicas and through that bronze seed bead. Just like that. And then I'm going to pick up a 3mm bicone again, go through these 2 beads, seed bead and Delica, and then my 4mm bicone, I'm going to go through this Delica and through that seed bead there. I really like how this part's stitched together. It's very quick how I designed this. I'm going through that 3mm bicone, and then through this 11 and through these 2 delicas. Okay, and then another 15 through these 2 delicas and through that 11. Pick up my 3mm bicone through this 11 and through that Delica right there, and then pick up my 4mm bicone through this Delica and through that 11 on the right side, and then through my bicone. Boy, this is looking pretty. Through this 11 and the 2 delicas. You know what I'm realizing? I didn't notice this with the other one, but my delicas are parting perfectly. Like, there is definitely meant to be a seed bead there. Do you see that little gap? See how these are to the side and then it's a little opening right there? That's what it looks like to me. Pick up a 15, go through these 2 delicas and that 11 right there. Okay, and then my 4mm down through this 11 and through the Delica. Did I say 4? I meant to say 3. I'm really having an off day today. I'm kind of starving right now. I ate breakfast, but I'm like really hungry. It's almost 3 o'clock. I didn't eat lunch though. There's another bicone, 4mm, going through this Delica and that 11 through this 3mm, and then up through this 11 and through these 2 delicas. Doing this edge here makes the whole piece come together so much better. Like without it, looking at this edge, it's so floppy and unfinished looking. Okay, picking up another 15, going through those 3 beads. And I think this is the last time I'll do this with you, and I'll do the rest by myself. Picking up a 3mm bicone through those 2 seed beads, and then a 4mm through this Delica here, through that 11 there, through this 3mm, and then up through this 11 and these 2 delicas. Hold it tight, and then a 15. So yeah, I'm going to do this all the way around and I will be back. I'm just repeating the same steps over. If you have any issues, just rewind. But that's what we have going on so far. Okay, I'm on my last 2 bicones here. So I'm continuing the pattern like usual. Doing the 4 now. But I just want to make sure that you don't skip this one part. So I'm going through the bicone, okay? And then after the bicone, I have to go up through here and make sure that I put a 15 over there. 15 goes right here. Through this bicone. Pull that tight. Go down through this bronze seed bead. Through that Delica. Okay, and then I'm going to do the edge. I guess I'll stop here and let you see what it looks like. That's what we have right now. Okay, now there's this little area right here that I feel like needs a seed bead, and also just to finish the edge off so this lays good. And make sure I got all of my 15s in. Okay, all my bicones except for 4 because that's going to be for the belly area. Now I'm going to do the outer edge, so I have to pass through these beads right here. Okay, just like that. I'm going to put a 15-0 right beside this 4. Like that. Pick up another 15. And go right beside this 4. I'm going to do this all the way around. $15 in front, 15 behind. And there's 5 seed beads that we are going through that's in between, so I'll show you. Picking up 115, going through this bicone. Now it looks like there's 7, but we don't go through this one. Okay, this one's the hole's going in that direction. We're gonna put a seed bead here. We're gonna skip over that one and go through those 3, and then the next 2. Oops. So I'm gonna do this all the way around, adding my 15s, pulling it tight as I go. I will be back. I've now gone all the way around and I'm putting in my last silver seed bead right here. And I just need to exit out of this bicone. So just like that. Okay. I'm gonna pick up, wait a second. I think I went around. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around. So I'm gonna go through these two right here, the Delica, the bronze 11-0, through there, through this bicone, then through this bronze 11 and through this Delica. Okay, I'm gonna go up through this silver 15. We just added this one. Pull that snug. I'm going to pick up a bronze seed bead. It seems like all the ones I have are super thin. I don't know what the deal is. And then pick up a Delica and a bronze. Okay, I'm actually going to slide these two down because this is going to be down here. Okay, so I have this one here. So this is what I have. Where's my bead? Okay, I have 11-0 there and a Delica. I have an 11-0 here. I'm going to pick up another Delica, an 11-0 Delica, 11-0 Delica. What I got? I need an 11-0 Delica, and I think that's it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to slide this down, and I'm going to go through this 11-0 right here. Okay, just like that. This is going to happen. Okay, you want this to be down here. Like that. Don't worry about this yet. We have to get this attached so we can straighten it out. So now I'm going to pick up a Delica and then an 11-0. And I'm going to go through this silver 15-0 here. Okay. So it looks like this right now. I'm going to go through this Delica and the 11-0 seed bead again. And now I'm going to straighten this out, so I just want to make sure that my 11-0s stick out and my Delicas sink in. Basically, I'm going to go through here because it's not tight enough for me right now. Then come back out through this 11-0 and through the Delica. Okay, and then I'm going to go up through this 11, not 11, it's 15, and then through that seed bead. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use my needle to pull these 11s out. Right? I'm going to pick up a 3mm. This might help us. Go through here. Or are you twisting? It appears to my thread. Okay, and then through here. Okay, and then I'm going to go up through this Delica. These 3 seed beads. I want this Delica to stand out. It's being a booger. Come on. Now see, I'm not skipping over this one yet because it's going to be too tight for us. And when I first designed this, I had an issue with this area. I broke a bead. So I'm going to go through this 11-0 here. And then through this 3mm and into this 11-0. Okay, and then that should finally pop in. Come on. Okay. There we go. Like that. That's what I was trying to do. I popped all the delicas in, and these here are sticking out, 4 corners. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up 2 15s like this, and I'm going to go through this 11-0. And then I'm going to pick up a 15 and 3 delicas, and I'm going to go up through these 2. Okay, I'm going to go through this delica now. Just the delica. I'm going to skip over this pesky middle seed bead. So the first time I did this, I went through this area. I think it's 4 times I have to go through it. But each time I skipped over this seed bead, and when I did that, I ended up breaking one of these side delicas. So this time, I'm not doing that as much. Okay. And then I'm going to sew down through here. I think I need to come out of that 11-0, but right now, I am not lined up. Okay, there we go. Now we're lined up through there. Do my 2 15s. Go through this 11-0. Like that. And then pick up, oh, I'm supposed to pick up 1 15 and 3 delicas. And then go up through this pink bicone and through that seed bead. So if you want, you could, you have to go back through here, weave in here. You would be going up this direction. Through here, yeah, like that, and then tie knots in this outer edge. But I'm gonna add another one of these, so I have to be careful, wiggle my way up through these bicones, not bicones, delicas. Okay, I have to reposition myself right now. Like that. And coming out here, I'm gonna go down through this 11. And then through 2 15s. And then through this 11-0, like that. So you can start tying knots if you want. I would tie the knots in from the bicones, but I'm gonna go further and make another bail because I like how it looks. So you want to skip over the next bicone. Okay. Almost there. Sorry, I went out of frame. I'm gonna go right through like that. Okay, so that's what we have, and I'm going to do this again. So I sew down through these 2 beads, and I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, I have my beads over here. Bring them in this frame. I'm going down through these 2. I go through the bicone, and then I'm gonna go through this 11-0 and through this Delica, and then I'm gonna come up through this 15. Okay, I pick up an 11-0 and a Delica. I slide these down. Then I pick up an 11-0, a Delica, 11-0, Delica, 11-0, Delica, 11-0, Delica. I think it's 4 of each. Yeah. 4 of each bead, alternating like that. Slide these down. Take my needle, go back through this bronze seed bead. Okay, and then pick up a Delica and a seed bead and go down through this pink 15 here. Go through these 2 again. Go through the bicone. And up through these 2. Up through the 15 and through that 11. Something doesn't feel right. I think I was piercing my thread again. Okay. Push those Delicas down there in. I'm going to pick up a bicone and go through this Delica. No. It's a seed bead. For now, I'm trying to push these in. Come on, pop into place. Okay, I'm just gonna go through all 3 of them, and then I'll flip this over, I'll get my bicone in on this side. Go down through this 11-0. Okay, I gotta get that Delica to pop in. They are doing the reverse of what I want them to do. Alright. It's a little fussy, but we got it. I'm showing you the wrong one. It's this one. I'm looking into the camera instead of looking at my work. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up 2 and go through this bronze seed bead. Just the one. Right here. Oh. Like that. And then pick up a 15-0 and 3 Delicas. And flip this to the back. Go up to the bicone and that seed bead there. Okay. I'm going to go through this pink Delica. And then through this pink Delica. We're skipping over that seed bead now in the middle, and then I'm gonna go down here. Like that. Pull that tight. Looks right. Okay, and then 2 15s. Through this 11 here. And then pick up 1 15 and 3 delicas. And I'm gonna go up through the bicone and then through the 11 seed bead. Okay, just like that. Now we have to reposition our needle for tying knots. I'm gonna go through this Delica again. It wasn't so bad when the bead broke up here when I did this the first time because I had just made it, right? But that bugle bead, that was really far into the piece and I had to take it apart almost all the way to fix it. So that's why I didn't fix it, because it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I was tired. I still am tired. Okay, I skipped over that bead, going down through here, through that bronze seed bead, through the bicone. No catching on the things. And then through this 11-0. Let me think, am I going in the right direction? Yeah. I'm going to go through the 11-0 and through the 15. Or maybe I'll just do the 11 because I don't want to break that bead. It's kind of a tight area. Okay, through the 15. And now I'm going to work in this direction. Through the delicas. Through that 11-0. Through the delicas. And through the 15. We are almost done. Okay, just like that, I'm going to tie a knot right here, right in front of my 4mm bicone. Slide it down, pass through the bicone. Okay, just like that. And what I did is I just tied my knots in front of my bicones. But you can also tie your knots in between the delicas because these do have large holes and you can easily tie knots inside of delicas. So I'm going to make my way all around, reinforcing this outer edge here. Okay, and once you work through there, tying knots, making it strong, the next thing you want to do is tie off your other tail. So this tail, where is it? It's over here. So this is coming out of the pear pearl. There's a seed bead that's right here. So you're going to want to put this needle onto your other thread. Okay, go through this seed bead that's right here. And you want to go through it at an angle so you come out the top. See that? Like that? Okay. And then once you come out, let me see. You'll want to pass through. Gosh, I don't know where it's going. Let me see, I gotta see. Let's see. right here, I'll go through this one. Or this one, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you'll be coming out here. Alright, so once you get out here, okay, your thread will then be on this side. You have to go through this bronze seed bead, and then you go through here, this Delica, and come around, come up through these two, go through this bicone, and come up into here. Because you're going to have knots around this outer edge, you're not going to want to tie knots around there again because you're not going to make it through. You're going to get stuck inside knots. You're going to have issues. So you want to get up to this row where these 3mm blue bicones are, and this row of beads right here. And what I did is I just followed this row, going up and down, up and down, up and down, tying knots. Okay, you only have 6 inches of thread, so you're not going to get too far. But that's how I finished that one off. So this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I have a lot of work to do. I got to edit this video. It's really big. It's going to take several hours, probably an entire day, maybe a day and a half. But there is my pendant. It looks really good. I wish I could have had it on chain for you guys, but my bugle bead broke. So it is what it is. But this is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know which one's your favorite. I can't tell which one I like more. I thought it was going to be this one, but now that this one's done, that's really cute. The colors are pretty. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, I will have links for the bicone box, the Sun and Moon bicone box, and the Romeo and Juliet pearl boxes down below in the description bar, and along with links to seed beads, delicas, and Chaton. So this is it. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos. And follow me in my social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.